episode
3.
3.
Yeah. Boy Wonder.
Drizzy on the podcast today. Allergies.
You taking away that tough.
Y'all don't really like me, I can understand. My flow is sitting right inside the pocket on my pants. I'm still fly, you can't float. Run this shit, Usain Bolt.
Not to cut off the vibe, but we're back, episode 3.
Yes, sir.
Was supposed to be for Nat, but she had other plans. And then we have Mike coming on. Mike Pirelli, 423, I think. So that'll be good. Big Mike. Wouldn't be here without Mike. But big news. UCONN, back-to-back.
Huskies.
Shout out Dookie Brown.
Yo.
Back-to-back.
Crazy. Listen, UCONN, we might as well go ahead and say it, man. Yo, college basketball right now runs through Stores, Connecticut.
That's a fact.
Like period, end of story.
And it's not like this is just new. Like, they've been doing, like, Kemba. Like, Stores is in the middle of nowhere. And it's just, they've been balling. It's crazy. I texted my boy Mark at the beginning of the game yesterday. Edie was giving it to Klingon.
Pause.
Whoa, pause.
He was. He had, 41 last night?
37.
37? Yeah. I mean, UConn doesn't have one star. That's the thing.
Right.
They just hoop.
Right, and the crazy thing about it, like you said, he had 37, but he needed 60.
Yeah, he needed 60.
Like
I mean,
he really needed 60.
how many threes did they shoot last night?
1.
They shot 1 3.
Purdue.
That's like,
Purdue,
you're not gonna win like that.
Well, they couldn't because what they did was, and they were talking about this. Great. At first, I'm like, yo, what they doing? Right. But what was smart was they're like, we're not gonna double team this dude.
Right.
We're gonna play him straight up, let him get off.
Right.
Okay. And what?
Whoa, pause.
Right. But what they did was they guarded 3-point line.
Right.
Because that's what they're known for too.
Right.
They're known
Strapping.
for kicking out. But
Right.
so I mean, it was a great game for all the UConn fans. It was a great game in the first half, period. But I mean, like I said, if you just go back and look everybody probably knows these numbers because I looked it up. Like since 1999, the men have won 6 national championships.
That's crazy.
Since 1999, then you have North Carolina and Duke both have 3.
Right.
Kansas has like 2.
Right.
You know, Kentucky has like 1. Then you have another team like
Right.
Villanova
Right.
has 2.
Right.
But like
6 is crazy.
people got to remember, like you know, Connecticut. Listen, we don't have much, and I love Connecticut.
Right.
Like CT,
We don't got
CT, like we don't have much though.
At all.
Like we don't have any pro teams and stuff like that. But I tell you one thing we do have is like
Some
yo,
hoopers.
well, no, we run college basketball, and it's not just the men. Like there's no get it twisted.
Right.
Like the women haven't won since 2016.
I really forgot about that.
But
for a second. Right.
but they have 11 national titles. Like, I mean, come on.
And it's a lot of the kids on the team are from Connecticut too.
Right.
Like Klingon's Cheshire,
Bristol.
Bristol.
Yep.
It's crazy. I mean,
he's Bristol. But the thing is, like, you know, I don't want to go off on another tangent, but like, I think he should stay. Like you're talking about, he's a sophomore. He's a sophomore.
I mean, with NIL, they'll win again. I mean, it depends on the coach.
On the coach?
No, if he stays or goes.
Oh, Hurley's the man.
That's what I'm saying.
But
if he stays or goes, if he leaves, I'm bouncing.
Well, no, Hurley not going nowhere.
You don't think
He
so?
even said last night, like, honestly, like, it's UConn basketball. It's not like, you know, and no disrespect, it's not like UConn football.
Right.
It's UConn basketball.
Right, facts.
We just came up here and said they're the
Right.
mecca right now. So where else you gonna go? You gonna go take that Kentucky job?
If they give you
I'm
not saying I would. I'm saying they give you a boatload of money.
All right, so UConn's gonna end up paying. I think they're $7.5 million.
So
they're gonna give him 10.
So say they gave him like 12.
So say they give him 12. I mean,
Oh, all right, 10. All right.
I'm gone. What I'm saying,
He said, "I'm bouncing."
I'm out. But I mean, like, listen, they're not gonna give him 12.
Right.
You know, his wife. I mean, listen, they're from Jersey.
Oh, for real?
They're there. I mean, they're from Jersey. They're from Jersey City.
Right.
So, like, they're East Coast to the heart. Like, I mean,
And he's the reason. Forget the team. It's Hurley.
Oh yeah. Listen, he has a system.
Right.
But you know what it is, and you know what it is with him, and this is super important. Like, the kids play for him.
Right.
Like those
Because the kids know that he has his back.
Boom.
Feel what I'm saying?
And that's it. And that's at any level.
Right.
Those kids will run, and you can see it.
Right.
Like those kids will run through a brick wall, for that dude because he, like, at the end of the game, every game in a tournament at least, because that's when I started really watching it.
Right.
What does he do? He don't care. The camera's around. He's pushing everybody back, and he's going like they get in a big circle,
Right.
and he's doing this.
Right.
And they're bringing them all in, and they get in.
You saw at the end of the game, they were up. It was like over.
Yeah.
Buddy was dribbling. Now he stepped on the court and pushed Buddy.
Yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy.
And
I'm yelling at the screen. I'm like, yo, you just cost him.
Right, the possession.
Yeah, the possession. I'm like, what you doing?
I've never seen that in my life.
Right, but
Never seen
but then you saw at the commercial break, he called him over and he was like, yo, did I really push you? And then Killer Cam was like, nah, you know what I mean? So he got his back still. Like it's crazy, but it's what they're doing right now is great. But like people can't forget they've been doing this.
They've been doing this.
I mean, from Jim Calhoun, the GOAT, to Kevin Ollie.
Shout out Jalen.
Right, and that's right. Because wait, hold on. We can't skip over that. So you went to school with Kevin Ollie's son.
Yeah, Jalen.
Yeah.
And Kevin worked with my dad when my dad was at UConn for a ton of years.
Right.
So yeah, small world. Definitely small world.
That's right. So listen, we got ties. Yeah. We got ties everywhere. So that was great to watch. So shout out to UConn. The women too. I mean, they both in the Final Four together again. Right. I mean, they're like one of the only schools, if the only school, to ever win girls and boys in the same year. I think they've done it twice.
Which is
crazy.
Because the only two teams, it's actually crazy because NC State was in both Final Fours this year.
Right.
Which is wild.
Right.
Shout out to Rod, who did call the Final Four, but then I took his money.
Oh, yeah. So, we don't condone betting,
yeah.
but we had a little friendly bet. And I really thought NC State was destined. And, he took Purdue. He's a front-running dude. And, Purdue.
Eagles.
Purdue. Oh, here we go. We're not even going to do that today. We're not even going to do that today. But he did win the bet. And I paid the bet. So, when this Jake Paul fight happened versus Iron Mike, we got another little side bet on that. When Iron Mike lay that man down, I want my money.
He's a little bloop.
We talk about how cheap this dude is. This dude was texting me as soon as the buzzer went off. Yo, where my money at? And I thought he was kidding. I'm like, yo, come on, man. He hit me right back. He's like, nah,
Venmo's open, PayPal open, Zelle open, Cash App, doesn't matter.
This dude crazy. He was dead serious.
Apple Cash.
Dead serious.
How else can you accept
this money? And but it's all good. Like, at the end of the day, our team won. UConn, we got that chip. They both were in the Final Four, men and women. And then now we get ready for, listen, I know I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I love going to games. Matter of fact, Austin's treating the staff here to a game in a couple weeks. We're going to that Yankee game. Matt, you coming or you still got allergies? No, I'll be good. Oh, she'll be good for that.
All right.
She'll be good for that. So now it's baseball season, which, the first couple weeks is cool, but, after that, it's a long season.
Yankees are hot, but...
yeah, hot. And then the draft's coming up.
Yep.
That's going to be interesting.
We know who's going to win. The rest of to be honest, I haven't been watching college football like that.
Yeah, like I said, we all know Caleb's going one.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if a quarterback goes two, whether Daniels or what's the boy from North Carolina, May. One of those guys go 2 or 3, and then Harrison's going to go somewhere.
You want to? When I sent you that post the other day, the Cowboys have one additional person that they've added to their team.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's it. But you know what? And I text you back. I said, "Yo, holla at me when the season starts. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens."
You think Belichick ends up over there?
With the Cowboys?
Yeah. Next year, obviously.
Honestly, this is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they start off at like 0-4.
Right.
They fire what's his name again?
McCarthy.
They fire him, get him out of there.
You see it.
And then we're gonna come swagging in with his hoodie, his cut off sleeves,
and he's gonna be inside.
Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Great. And then after that we go 13-4.
Right.
Win everything, Super Bowl, and he quits. He retires. I'm good.
I'm good.
Cowboys
haven't seen the Super Bowl since when?
95, I believe.
I wasn't even alive.
95, they beat the Steelers. And that's crazy. So, listen, I could still say, I saw a Super Bowl. So we good. So I'm good. I'm lying. I'm not good.
Right.
I'm sick. I'm sick. All right, Jerry Jones. So stop playing with me. Give Dak his money. Give Micah his money. Give CD his money. All right, bring Zeke back too. Get the whole band back together. Let's do this. Matter of fact, go get Troy Aikman. Go get Emmitt Smith. Bring them all back. I need a chip. Let me stop. I'm acting crazy right now.
They're all set. Yesterday, we had that Eclipse yesterday.
Yeah, that was weak. Do we have something? That was weak. Oh yeah, that was trash.
We had 2 clients. We won't name names.
Right.
Parents gave them a permission slip. Oh, during their session, can we? Is it okay if they go outside and watch the eclipse?
Yeah. And listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. I went outside. I was outside.
I was right in here. I was right inside.
Austin could care less. He was right in here, but listen, they had an extra pair of glasses. I went outside. I looked at it, but it was weak. You know what I call that? I call that the Austin Clips.
Austin Clips, light skin Eclipse.
A light skin Eclipse. I mean, I want to be in Buffalo, or they said Ohio. They had the full eclipse, as Austin would say. They had the hot rod eclipse.
The hot rod eclipse.
Because it was dark.
Darkness.
It was dark. Like, it just looked like it was just like a cloud. And you said it, too. Right. You was like, dude, it's just going to be like a cloud. I was like, nah.
It's cloud covered.
Nah.
It gets bright and dark every day. And it's funny because whenever, I don't know holidays, I don't know birthdays. No. I don't know anything. So, because I don't look at the calendar to be like,
Easter, had no idea.
No idea. Easter, eclipse. I know like Christmas and stuff just because you see the decorations everywhere, it's whatever. But I really don't know. Like, it's bad. I don't look at the date. I'm just working. That's it.
He be locked in. Speaking of Christmas, how could you not look at this shirt and just think like
Christmas?
It's crazy. It's it's like a paisley shirt.
Dipped out.
One thing I want to shout out. Austin's dad. I took Maya up for she wanted to play basketball. She wants to learn the game of basketball. And trust me, she's an amateur. She's a rookie. She's a good athlete. She's a 2-time national champion cheerleader, flyer at that. So my heart be going crazy when they be throwing up in the air. But those girls be.
Let someone drop Hot Rod's daughter.
Nah, we won't talk about that. Just have the bail money, baby. We went up. We took the trek up to Cromwell, and Austin's dad Donta. Shout out to I don't know what the name of. Is it
Drive for Stardom?
Drive for Stardom, man. He was great with her. I posted some stuff on Instagram. So if anybody's looking for lessons, I mean around here, I don't know if you want to make that drive, but it's well worth it. So I wanted to shout him out real quick.
Absolutely.
Because he's done a great job, and for sure.
I think that's a perfect transition because I know today we want to talk about personal experiences and stuff like that, kind of like what got us here, why we are who we are, and why we relate to the kids at the end of the day so well. So I guess just to piggyback off that, like my whole family works with just in like helping people in general, right? So like my grandma's a nurse, my aunt's a nurse, my mom worked at the high school as a social worker for 20 years. Also is a tutor for Carnegie Prep in town.
Right.
So like just whole family is just into helping people. Dad's a personal trainer, obviously for Drive for Stardom. Yep. He worked up at UCONN, like I was saying before, ended up leaving there, opened up his own basketball gym. So yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. Like my whole family is very diverse, very different. Like if you were to see my aunt on my mom's side and my uncles on my dad's side, you'd be like, it's crazy. Like it's 2 different sides of the world.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a blessing because I've been able to take all this information from both sides, process it all, understand it all, live in it all, and then kind of apply it wherever I need to apply it. Like anyone who knows me knows I could kind of fit in with any group. Doesn't really matter. And I would say the same for Hot Rod as well. Right. Just kind of chameleon-like, but still ourselves, which I think is important. People try to appease and be the people who they're around. I don't think we're like that. I think we are who we are, which is a big thing. So yeah, I mean, like for me, biggest thing where I think I'm successful with the kids is that like, even though I'm 27, I still have a lot of kid in me, and we were literally just talking about this before the podcast. Like there's a lot of kid in me. Not that I'm childish or immature or anything like that, but it's like, who wants to grow up and just be like, just lame, have no fun? Like you gotta have fun, you gotta mess around, and like that's what we do. Like I think within the last like week or two, like we had Zaire dancing over here, Hot Rod's always dancing. It's like that's the type of like that's the energy we want to bring. And
we
like
even got you dancing, over here doing that crip walk.
Oh yeah, I can't dance, but I was getting sturdy the other day. Best believe that. But yeah, no, it's crazy. And then so what was it? Was it last week on Thursday? Had to be the livest it ever has been in here.
Oh yeah,
Music because downstairs, Smart Kids is downstairs, and it's tough because we don't want to make too much noise.
Right.
But once they close up shop, we could kind of get the music going, everything like that.
Right.
It was booming in here.
Yeah, it was. Shout out to Smart Kids.
Shout out to Smart Kids, all love.
Yeah.
And then so I'll pass that off to Rod.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing, and like as you were talking, I started to think about it. So my mom has been, and a lot of people from Norwalk, because I grew up in Norwalk. So my mom was started out as a pre-K teacher, so she's taught a lot of my friends, a lot of the kids in Norwalk. So just her being around kids, all of her life, I think that's part of it. But with me, it's just always, I have so much fun, being around, the younger kids. Right. It's just, they keep you young. Not saying they keep you young. I'm older, but I'm a big kid. Right. And I'm always going to be a big kid. Right. And anybody that knows me will tell you that. They'll be like, "Oh, you're the life of the party," or, "You're always having fun," or for me, that's what it's all about. And sometimes, it could be a bad thing sometimes because I don't take a lot of things seriously. Right. But I just love it. Like at all of our holiday events, people will tell you, parties and stuff, I'm not inside with the grown-ups. Right. I'm outside playing kickball, wiffle ball, football, whatever, cornhole, whatever they want to do, I'm around. Right. That's where I have fun, and then, that's what it's all about for me, and that's just why I love doing this. When, like I said, when I started coaching, and again, I'm going to shout out John Marinelli and, Dak Newton. Remember, I was working on Wall Street at a law firm, in the HR department. Right. And I started coaching, and they got me into high school coaching, and being around the kids, I was like, nah. And I'm looking at myself. I'll never forget it. One day I got off the train. I put you know how it is. You commuted before. You get off the train, you throw your headphones on or whatever, and you start doing that walk into Grand Central. And I literally had an epiphany. And I'm looking, and I'm just watching all these people walk, and it was like everybody was a robot. And I said that day, I was like, nah, I'm all set. I'm all set. And we go forward. Me and Dak opened the gym. I'm coaching high school football. Now I'm doing the Pop Warner thing. I mean, I'm in. Listen, I'm blessed. I'm in heaven. I get to be around these kids, and they keep us on our toes. Right. The sayings. I mean, like, listen, this pause thing. Everybody be like, I be around grown-ups. They be like, really? I be like, yo, you grown? Yeah, I am grown, but it says what it is. It's what I'm around.
We're here to have a good time.
Exactly, to have a good time. We're up on all the new music, the sayings, and it's just fun to be around. I mean, and that's it. And I enjoy it. So people can say what they want. I don't care. Right. I know you don't care. We're locked in. We're doing what we do, and at the end of the day, this is what makes us great at what we do. And it shows. Right. I mean, it really shows.
If you could compile working well with kids, also with good work that actually translates, right? How can you beat that? And I think that's where our athletes have thrived, right? So like, we have guys that come in here, guys and girls that come in here, and we get them having great work, and then like during their water break, we can have a good time. Right. You see what I'm saying? So like, we do find a very good balance. So yeah, this is what we do. But it's crazy. It's crazy. I really think back on like why, and I try to figure out why, like me and you, why we're so good with kids, and it's just really we are kids. Right. That's what it is.
And listen, that song I was telling Austin before, and he a young buck, so you probably don't even remember the song, but the Toys R Us song, look it up if you don't know. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. From bikes to, I don't know the words, but whatever. Right. But
definitely doesn't know the words.
Look the song up. I don't want to grow up, cause baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. But Great. Nah, that's it. I mean, that's where we're at with that, and that's why we do what we do. And so now, when you guys come in here and you see us, this is not an act. This is like, we love kids, because the worst thing is, and we see it. Right. We see it.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say it, and we don't have to touch on it today, because that's an hour. Right. But there's some coaches who coach that don't like kids.
Don't like kids.
They don't like kids.
We're going to dive into it real quick. Because this is my biggest thing is, like, how are you in coaching and you don't like kids? Tell me how you are in coaching, but you don't like kids. That makes no sense. You're out there for yourself. You're selfishly out there. Yeah. So, like, that's my biggest thing is, like, if you are out there, don't be out there just so like. You could ask anyone on the planet. There's no one more competitive than me. Promise you that.
Right.
Yes, we are out there to win games. But if you don't want to see the kids get better and be better people, then why are you there? Go home. Go home. I see coaches demeaning players and just putting them down. Like I want to smack them in the face. Yeah. I really do, and it drives me crazy because I don't yell often. Actually, yesterday I yelled at. Since Campbell, Evan, Kyle, and Duke all want to be on the podcast right now, you're going to get called out on the podcast.
Now you're on the podcast.
You come in here and you want to mess around. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. So I had to actually yell at them yesterday. But outside of that, no, like the yelling and stuff, that doesn't do anything. I got yelled at my whole life, and I still didn't listen to my mom. So that yelling stuff doesn't do anything.
Yeah, listen, kids don't respond to that. I mean, some do. Some need it, but most don't. And then, and at the same time, kids, like we talked about early, kids play for people that they trust, that they believe in, that they know have their back. Exactly. And kids know. I'm telling you, you can't fake it. Right. They know. That's why everybody be like, "Yo, coach, why don't you yell?" That's not me. Right. They would know it ASAP. Right. But when I do,
then it means that much more.
Right. Because they'd be like, "Oh,
because if you're always yelling, and this also isn't just for coaching, teachers too, and it's actually more applicable for teachers because teachers actually have a little bit more of an impact in regards to like what schools kids get into, right? Because sports can only take you so far. Right. So like if you're a teacher, right, and you're just showing up every day, right? You're just trying to cash that check, and you're just not even trying to really teach anybody. Then it's like the kids are going to recognize that, and they're not going to want to perform for you. And then if you make these tests super hard, and you're not really teaching well, and you get tenure, and you just want to cruise on by, it's like, what are you doing? Right. Like, and that is it drives me. You were in a profession to help children.
That's it.
And that's it. And then you don't even like kids.
It's all about the kids, and this is one of the things I'm seeing right now with me taking this role, in Pop Warner. Right. Like these coaches, parents. Like you said, teachers, right? It's egos. Everybody's making it about themselves. And it's not. It's about the kids because at the end of the day, and I'm going to use football as an example. Right. If you take these kids, right? And I don't care what race you're from. I don't care how much money you have or you don't have. If you take these kids and put them all together and put them out on the field, none of that matters. They're going to play football and they're going to have fun. And it could be football, basketball, baseball. You could be in the classroom learning. Right. If you put them all in there, they're not going to have fun. What happens is the adults get in the room, hence why I don't like to hang around them. They get in the room and just mess everything up. See what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
They got to make it about themselves somehow.
And it's like...
I know. You could talk about this.
It's probably my biggest pet peeve because if you don't... Yes, we are all here to win. Yes, we are all here to be great and have a good record. All that stuff is important. But at the end of the day, when those kids take that jersey off and the season's over, whether you win a championship or not, guess what? They got to go somewhere else. And I think the support of kids, not just on the field but off the field as well, whether it's academically, whether it's getting them into a school after the season's over, after school's over, like that stuff is just as important. So just showing up to practice every day with a practice plan ain't cutting it. Right, like you got to take it to the next level and be like, all right, how can I get these kids into school? How can I set these kids up? Who do I know to be able to facilitate these conversations with and pass these kids along and get them in good hands?
Absolutely.
Instead of just sending these kids off on their own way, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But I could go all day. So.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, that's something that you're passionate about, and so I knew by bringing it up we were gonna go there. Right. But I mean, it had to be said. You know. Again, I'm sure we're going to hit that topic
plenty of times,
all the time. But what'd you do for Easter?
It's not the same, man. My grandparents moved to Florida. It's not the same. It ain't the same. So my grandparents recently moved to Florida. They're splitting time 50-50 up here and down there. It was me, my mom, my aunt, my stepdad, and then my siblings, and cousins and stuff like that. Right. Highlight of the night was probably Odio.
Odio. Shout out to Odio. We got to get him up here.
I know. His old goofy self.
You were just a bad dad.
I'm a bad dad. That's crazy. I can't have him at the crib. My crib's too small. I had that nice big condo. He could look out the window. Yep. Once I sold it, I was all set. But yeah, no, Odio, he went to the vet. They said 15 years for my boy. He's 9.
Oh, nice. Nice. But see, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm a dog person too.
Right.
Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, something happened to ODO. We might as well. We
close
not
up shop.
Yeah, we're not gonna see this man for a long time.
long time.
Like,
People don't know.
I mean, ODO, nothing can happen to you, man. Because I'm telling you, like this dude gonna shut down.
All set.
He gonna shut down. So, shout out to ODO.
Shout out to ODO.
We did a nice brunch.
Right.
Me, Melissa, Maya, and
You guys went hour cook.
no, we just stayed at the crib.
You cooked or Melissa cooked?
Melissa cooked.
Right.
I mean, I've been cooking lately though.
Yeah, he has been cooking.
I've been chefing. Every time Nat come in here on Tuesday, Nat be like, "Yo, that smells good." Yo, Instagram is, you know how they say YouTube is undefeated or the internet? Instagram is undefeated. You got a brother like me knowing how to cook. I've been chefing it up. Steak, chicken,
All that.
all that.
What do you call the rice? Yeah, roast.
Roast. You got to roll a roast capolia. Huh? And I know I probably messed it up, but listen, I be trying, and listen, and I look right on my phone, I follow the directions, and Melissa be like, and so Melissa's favorite saying. So what happens is, when I do find something, I'll send it, and her favorite saying, she'll write me back. She goes, "So easy, you can do it." And after seeing that enough, I was like,
He said, "Word,
word, you right." And I've been doing it, so I've been doing it. But
That's hilarious.
Back to what I was talking about with Easter. Like, so then after that, I came. We shot down the Norwalk, hung out with my fam for a little bit. Some of my family came down from Jersey.
Yep.
I believe we watched some games that night. There was something on. We might have watched a game or something.
Was this Sunday?
Too. Yeah.
It was the Final Four.
Yeah, so we had watched that, and it was, it was laid back and chill. And then the next day I got up. I've been rucking. Shout out to my boy Cam, has been going with me a couple times. So we've been doing that. I'm still consistent with that. I just ordered me a new rucksack. So when that comes, it's a backpack.
Hey, yo.
What's wrong with that?
Rucksack.
Look it up. Look it up. #rucking.com, baby. Huh? Rucking.com.
Yo.
But, just staying busy.
Yeah, staying consistent.
Just staying busy, staying consistent.
About to get outside soon. Weather's starting to flip. What is it? 70. It was like 65, 70 today.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice today. Yep. But we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week because this fool taking me
paintballing.
So, and I already know he set me up.
Yeah, I
already know what he is. But you know what? Like I told him, I'll walk off.
Me, my uncle Austin, a hot rod, and I'm Nat. I gotta get that GoPro from you. It's gonna be live. I love paintballing. Is my favorite activity.
Never been before.
He's gonna be crying. He's gonna call out of work on some Monday, I promise.
Nah, I'll be here. I'll be here for sure.
Welted up.
You know what? If I'm not here on Monday, I'll be here Tuesday because y'all gonna see me, right? And I might have my shades on, but I'm around.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm around.
But no, I mean, shoot, UCONN finishing the job.
Huskies. 3-peat.
If Hurley stays, yeah, for sure.
We're at 28, so she's shutting us down. She was supposed to be on here
Facts.
today, like we said in the beginning, but I'm taking her tough card from her. But
facts.
Allergies.
But no, episode 3?
Episode 3 in the book.
Episode 3 in the books. It was a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.